first speaker today is, I feel, the definition of a modern day gentleman. If you actually put him in the middle of a pack of wolves, he'll actually come back eating the pack because he's a people's man. When I asked him, what is this one incident which changed his life, he told me that his father wanted to put him into his business, and then he wanted to again make his own story, and then he stood up, and then his father almost disowned him. But anyways, I'd like to call upon Arvind. Arvind, Toastmaster Arvind, take the lead, Toastmaster Arvind.
The research on leadership started in the 1930s by Lewin, Lippitt, and White. In their studies, they wanted to understand how the different styles of leadership works. So they created groups of 10-year-olds and had adults lead them use various styles of leadership. The researchers wanted to know how the kids would respond to the various styles of leadership exhibited by these adults. And they also switched between teachers to lead the kids as the kids performed regular 10-year-old tasks like drawing, painting, and crafts. Although this research was conducted on a student-teacher dynamic, this research laid the foundation for the various leadership styles we see today, and how different styles cause different outcomes. A leadership style is not only defined by the decisions you make or the responsibilities you carry, it is also defined on your day-to-day activities, on how you walk, how you talk, and how well you maintain your relationship with people around you. Today, I'm going to talk about my leadership style, that is, a democratic leader, and how being a democratic leader has impacted my life and the life of my teammates. And I'm going to tell you why you should take up a democratic approach in your leadership journey. As a democratic leader, I take collaborative approaches towards making important decisions. I take active inputs and feedbacks from my teammates. I listen to people and what they have to say, and I also delegate my powers to my teammates when it's required. Last but not least, I stand completely responsible for any mistakes or mishaps committed by my teammates, and I take full responsibilities for their actions. And here are a few examples of my leadership style. Back in college, I was appointed as the technical head for a newly formed student council. I was also presented with the challenge of creating a new logo and branding for the newly formed council. I had two co-heads with me, Saurav and Vishal, who were not on good terms with each other, because Saurav and Vishal were rivals from different councils, and when the new student council was formed, we were forced to work under the same roof, and things didn't go as expected. I knew it was time for me to step up. So I started off by handing over the responsibility of coming up with basic SketchUp ideas for the new logo and the branding. I actively made them sit next to each other, interact with each other, and come up with new ideas and execute designs. Over a period of time, both of them started working together, and they started coming up with new designs, and they started giving me outputs. Every time I gave them a feedback, they would go back and start working on it as a team. One day, I invited them to play a game of Call of Duty, because Call of Duty was something common between the three of us. And when we played Call of Duty, the three of us would play on the same team, and we would win multiple times against the team we were playing. Once the game ended, I sat down with them and showed them how strong the three of us could be if we worked towards one common goal. The second challenge I faced was my juniors not opening up to each other on the team. They felt awkward to open up because it was new faces in the council, and especially in my team, I had only freshers join it. This resulted in the technical team being non-proactive. I decided to change that. I started talking to each and every single person on the team. I got to know them on a personal scale. I would spend time with them. I would call them in the night and have hour-long conversations with them. And I would also hang out with them. By doing so, I understood how the individual works, what are the likes and dislikes, and how far I can push them out of their comfort zone. And they also started opening up about their problems to me. And when they opened up about their problems with me, I started giving them my advice on how they can overcome their problems. I also took my teammates on a lunch, expecting they would break the ice and start talking to each other. But upon arrival, I found out everyone were hesitant to even look at each other. So I started off by taking the lead. I spoke about myself. I introduced everyone to the whole team and I cracked jokes upon myself. This encouraged my teammates to come out of their shells, and when this encouraged them to come out of their shells and start talking to each other. And when they did that, they started discovering people with the same vibe. They started connecting with people with similar interests. They started building trusts. They started building bonds. And none of us wanted that gala time to end that very day. The next day onwards, I noticed something different. Without me calling or texting them on the group, they automatically started showing up to the council room. Because they felt so connected with the new friends that they have made, they wanted to spend more time with each other. This in return increased the performance of the technical team more than 300%. And believe me when I say, the last group of friends I ever had was my technical team. Ladies and gentlemen, my leadership style has helped me build great relationships and healthier relationships with people on a daily basis. It has given me the ability to listen to people and help them solve their problems. I urge each and every one of you to take up a democratic style in your leadership journeys, and you will see the difference for yourself. Remember, leadership is not only about carrying responsibilities, it is also about being responsible for your responsibilities. Back to you, Toastmaster.